Hi everyone. Today I was just thinking, I don't know why it came to my mind. Like, everyone in their life must have something when they think about that, they will really feel like scared or fear will come to their mind. For me, that situation is when I think about losing someone whom I love most or whom I care about. Like when we grow up, things change kind of drastically as compared to when we are children or even in our college days, school days. So your responsibility will increase. You have people dependent on you, or you might be depending on someone else. Your parents will be older, you will have your wife, children. Once you will be a proud parent, they will have a dependency on you also. So those things will start come to your mind, like what if tomorrow I lose someone whom I really care for, because life become very fragile. Like if you think we are like kind of in a morning we are going to office, starting from the morning till like night, till the time you are awake until you go to sleep, whenever it comes to your mind you will start fearing, because you don't know what will happen to our life. We don't know, nobody knows that, nobody can predict that. Like we have a technology, we are kind of saying we have AI, we have this that, but nobody can kind of tell you or predict you like when you will lose someone, right? So that's the main fear I used to have. I think a lot of people might have that. Like when you are child, right, we don't think those things at all. Okay, so now with this, what happens when you will grow up? You might come far from your family, you will be somewhere like you are not that kind of reachable or that kind of situation when you will just reach to your family instantly. You will not be in that situation. You will only have one responsibility to be delivered, right? You will have multiple things in your life. You will have your career, your kids, your wife, your kind of parents. You will think about your future, you will think about your saving money, you will think about your kind of buying a home or buying a car, give some kind of relaxed life, or I kind of say a life where like a happy life to your family. So I mean, there are a lot of instances we used to come across in our life, but for me a few things happened like kind of recent days, which I guess increase that fear in my mind more. Okay, I mean, so from that point of view, like I started thinking in a different way. Like now that time which you used to think like, okay, we have to plan for something, we have to uh, plan to go out with our family, that I'm not thinking now, because if you plan for that you lose some time. So whenever you have a time, you will just go, don't think, like don't have to plan, because I mean, the fear you have that might happen anytime. So as much as time you have, start spending them with your near and dear one. Now I don't want to spend time planning to create some memories. Just create memories as much as you can. So that's what I am doing now. Like whenever I have time, I want to create some memories with my family, with my daughter, with my wife, so that like I don't have a regret if something will happen tomorrow. call them, like frequently you can call them. If you are far from your family, your wife, your daughter, your children, try to be connect with them every time, because you don't know. I don't want to tell that, I don't want to make you feel like uh, you will have that fear in mind, but that's the truth of life. So we don't know whenever the call or that meet, that seeing each other will become the last time. I am telling because I have seen that. I have faced those kind of situations in the life. Okay, you don't know what will happen. So my point is basically like we have to change the way we used to think when we were like in college, or when we were like in childhood, or even in our initial adulthood phase. Like okay, कल बात करते हैं, कल इसको प्लान करेंगे. नो, देर इज नो टुमारो नाउ. We don't know what will happen tomorrow. If you are thinking like you should talk with someone, just pick up your phone and call them. If you want to meet someone, just go. Like obviously you have to plan if you are going like a distance places or something, but just do that as soon as possible. So I used to say to my wife that thing when I used to go to office. Like I don't want to go with having something like anger in my mind, or like let's say will be, because like everybody fights in their life. That's a kind of golden rule in husband wife. So let's say we have a fight, at least before I am leaving, we should like finish that topic. We should be kind of come out of that, so that I every day I just want to go out from home, wherever I am going, with seeing the happy faces of my family, my wife, my child, whoever is in my home, so that I don't have to regret any time. Like every time, every day should be a new day, but every day we should think that might be the last for anyone. Like that is the process. But yeah, you should not think that every time. But that's why I will suggest, or I usually plan to live my life in that way. That's why one thing I used to do whenever, I mean, a lot of time my wife used to say, whatever I am saying, you are saying, okay, let's do that. Why? I think that is the main reason I used to do. Okay, because we will not have, we'll have that money in future, we'll have that time in future, but might be the people with whom we want to do that, the people with whom we want to make that memory, they will be not there. So at that time you might have huge money, might have hours and hours just sitting alone, but that option will not be there. So that's why basically I changed my approach to my life, like from long time back, at least from last 1 year, 2 years. And I used to have that thinking on my mind from long time, but due to some instances, due to some kind of situations, that things now I'm like more convinced on that case. Like okay, whatever I was thinking, that was the correct approach for me to live my life. So you people, I think you might have went through that kind of situation in your life for sure. Everybody, like be it a small or big. I met a lot of friends when I used to go to India. We used to talk on this a lot. Like we don't know when we'll meet next time, right? So every time we are meeting, let's at least talk whatever we want to talk, share whatever we want to share. Okay, and in that way, I really decrease that fear on my mind slowly, because of having or enjoying the life every day, every minutes, every seconds to the fullest. Really, like eventually that fear will go away from your mind, until you will just plan to think that, like okay, I want to think that on my mind, then it will come again. But if you'll keep on, and one more thing, keeping yourself busy, like that is the best part to get rid of these kind of thoughts. These kind of thoughts usually come to mind, like for me it usually comes, okay, but I don't know about yourself. I mean, I don't know about like you guys, but yeah, I mean, if that is coming frequently, just try to make yourself busy something else, whatever you like, whatever you been has in your dream long time back, okay. 10 years back you might have thought, okay, someday I will do this thing with my friends or with alone or with my wife, with my children. But somehow in our busy life, in our responsibility, we used to either ignore those things or we drop out those plans, okay. I think now it's time, just like bring out your notepad and pen, write down all of those things, whatever you had a plan in your life to do. Try to come up with the list starting from 1 to 10 which you can easily achieve, easily do that in like in a less period of time. Then accordingly you can start. So that will be the best thing to get rid of those thoughts. And yeah, I mean, eventually everyone has to go, that is the rule of life, but at least at that time we should not have that regret in our mind in our last moment of life. Oh, I guess it went so much deep. I didn't wanted to kind of put you guys in a situation so that you will start thinking after watching this. But yeah, that's the truth. So you should accept those truth. And yeah, if you guys like have faced those kind of situation in your life, just comment.